Edwin Lopez-Cornejo died. He is dead, and it's a death that did not have to be. He was detained by ICE on June 18th. He was sent to Delaney Hall in my home city in Newark, New Jersey, a detention center, and he never came out alive. 20 years Edwin lived in the United States of America. 20 years of building a life here, 20 years of being connected to people and community, 20 years of making here in America a way forward. And yet, in less than 2 months of detention, the immigration system in our country led to his death. And in Delaney Hall, he's the third person in 9 months to die. The 23rd person to die in ICE custody this year. Not the first warning sign, not the second. This is the third death at the same facility, and yet nothing changes. Let me tell you exactly how Edwin Lopez-Cornejo died, because his family deserves to have his name said on the Senate floor and his story told plainly. Edwin had diabetes. He had high blood pressure. He needed his medication to survive, and Delaney Hall denied it to him. The day before he died, he told his mother that his arm had gone numb, half his face had gone numb. And understand, this is not a minor complaint. This was a man that was having a medical emergency, telling someone exactly what happened to his body. Did anyone come to his aid? No. Did he get his medication? No. Less than 24 hours, he was dead. Doctors have warned us. Attorneys have warned us in New Jersey. Families have warned us. A chorus of people in our communities, not politicians, not political activists, doctors, lawyers have been warning us that detainees who walked out of that building with their testimony and the facts and the evidence, people have said over and over again that this facility is dangerous. It is not well run, and within it is a pattern of disregard for human decency. DHS has known that Delaney Hall is nothing short of a travesty since they reopened it over a year ago. So who runs what is, for so many, a house of horrors? Who runs the institution that I saw with myself when I went there and met people? This is not for serious criminals. This is not a place for folks who've done serious crimes in our country. This is a detention facility for people. Many of them have been in our country for decades. Many of them have American spouses, American children. And when I went there, I saw mothers who were recently postpartum who were not getting the support. I saw a woman who lost her child while in that detention facility, had a miscarriage there, and did not get the support that she needed. Story after story, people told me of what is going on there, the horrors that are going on there, and who runs it. The United States government does not run that center. It is a private group called the GEO Group, a private for-profit prison that has high-level Republican officials among its former employees. This group won a $1 billion contract, no competition, no bidding, lots of campaign contributions, a phone call, a signature, and they have $1 billion of taxpayer money. New Jersey had to sue this company just to get health inspectors through the front door of a facility operating on American soil, funded by American taxpayers, and our state couldn't even do basic health inspections. They did not get the permits to open that place. They did not have inspections before they did so. This is a private company taking $1 billion of American taxpayer money. The less they provide sanitary services, the less they provide doctors and medical professionals, the more profit they make off of taxpayers. At whose expense? At the decency of American people and at the expense of the lives of the people who are there. We give them hundreds of millions of dollars. And what are the reports out of Delaney Hall? Spoiled food, contaminated water, staff who retaliate against people brave enough to speak up about the conditions. $1 billion and inadequate accountability. $1 billion and inadequate health care. $1 billion and a man whose face is numb, whose arm is numb, who's asking for help, does not get treatment, does not get health care. So here's the truth. It's clear for the GEO Group that part of their business model is this cruelty. Cut medical staff, skimp on food, let the air conditioning go out during the hottest days in New Jersey, let the roof leak, cram more bodies into less space. Every corner cut is $1 of their profit. Every dollar of their profit is $1 that the GEO Group's executives get to celebrate on their next earning calls. GEO Group stock has more than doubled since February of 2026, more than doubled. You know why? We'll follow the money. $3 million from the GEO Group and its executives went into Donald Trump's campaign, into his PAC, into his inauguration. It's a pay to play that's worse than that. A pay to play and people get hurt. Lives are lost. Over $2 billion in federal contracts to run facilities like Delaney Hall in our country. This is not immigration policy. This is not what we stand for. No one loses their humanity because they're incarcerated. No one should lose their basic rights because they're behind bars. Look, I'm all for what this administration promised it would do. They said they would go after the worst of the worst. They said they would go after the people threatening our communities, menacing our families. We should all be supportive of that. I believe we should have strong borders. I believe we should get criminals off of our streets. But the people actually locked up in that building, in Delaney Hall, we know that more than 70% of the people have never been convicted of a single crime. I met a high school student who had more of a Jersey accent than I do, who just wanted to walk with his class, rounded up. I've had the Catholic Church reach out to me because of the sweeps they're doing around schools and churches. I've had family members beg me to get folks out in order to see their American children hit milestones like birthdays and graduations. I've been appealed to from everyone from priests to Republicans in our community. Many are following our laws, but we in the United States Senate, Congress, we hold the purse strings the administration depends on. We should be a check and a balance. We should demand that our taxpayer dollars are being used. And when we see a body count climbing that is not normal, when we see more and more deaths, when we see a mother's son whose face went numb the night before, we should be asking for action and accountability. Edwin Lopez-Cornejo's death was not a tragedy. A tragedy is something that no one could have prevented. This is a choice. Every single day DHS keeps Delaney Hall open is another choice to let this happen again. 3 times already. We should not make this choice. I'm now asking for a unanimous consent to pass the Delaney Hall Closure Act, which will close Delaney Hall within 90 days. They're out of excuses. We are out of time. How many more people should die? So as if in legislative session, and notwithstanding Rule 22, I ask unanimous consent that the Senate proceed to immediate consideration of my bill at the desk, that the bill be considered read 3 times and passed, and that the motion to reconsider be considered made and laid upon the table.